And Hegarty, congratulations on becoming the 2014 Midlands Gateway Ambassador. Tell us more about these Midlands connections you have.
First of all, I'd just like to say that I'm honoured and thank you for inviting me to be the Midlands Ambassador. Be very close to the Midlands region because I grew up in Ballinlee, County Longford, and I went, of course, to primary and secondary school there. So I still have family in Longford and I have many close friends in the region.
And how long?
As that, I'm married to a Tullamore man. So.
How long is it since you left the region, Anne?
Probably about longer than I care to remember. Certainly well over 30 years.
Tell us a little bit about your insight into the state of the economy, not just here in the Midlands, the wider economy at present, because recruitment is often a very good barometer of the wider economic activity. What's your assessment at present in this phenomenon of growthless jobs?
Yes, I mean, I'm not quite sure that it is fully growthless jobs. I don't think of it like that. I mean, certainly both last year and this year, we've seen good economic growth. They're forecasting around 3.5% for this year, and I think it was around 3% last year. But I think, what has been really good with that is that employment has grown as well. So employment throughout the country was up about 2.5% last year, and they're expecting it to be up something similar this year in 2014. Now, unemployment clearly still remains far too high, but it has started to come down. And I know the ESRI are forecasting that by 2015 it should be at 10%. Now 10% of course is too high, but at least it's all going in the right direction.
But what is
From a point of view, what we have seen is that certainly Dublin and the regions around Dublin have recovered first. And last year we would have seen quite a significant recovery there, and also in the major cities around the country, so Cork and Galway in particular, and now latterly we're starting to see some improvement in Limerick as well. Unfortunately, I do think it's still very tough in the region, in the Midlands, but it's good to see Athlone starting to really pick up some jobs. So, for example, the pharmaceutical industry and the FDI are still a lot of where the jobs are coming from, and I think Athlone has probably benefited because they have the skills there. So, for example, PPL would have done the start-up of Alexion, and they are recently going into Athlone, and also the Jazz Pharmaceuticals have announced on Athlone. So I think, that's good to see. So I certainly don't look at it as a jobless recovery.
But many of those big tickets announcements are through IDA investment, and there is some criticism, and at the risk of being negative on a night like this, it has been suggested that IDA site visits are very low, non-existent actually in County Laois, low in Offaly, and Athlone is this exception within the region. So to what extent should we rely on the IDA to bring in those big numbers, and instead perhaps look at what we can do within towns such as Mullingar, where we are tonight, at policy level to encourage more indigenous business?
Well, I think, first of all, there is no single solution, in my view. And so we've got to work at this through many different work streams. So I think certainly the IDA has to be encouraged continue to promote the Midlands and to promote the Midlands hard. I think, equally, I think it's, what Ireland really needs, and I suppose the Midlands need as well, is a recovery in the domestic economy. And I'm certainly very encouraged to see that happening. I think we're starting to see that come into life now. I think in terms of what we can do to encourage business in the Midlands, I think one of the most fundamentally important things for attracting industry to a region is to have the skill set. And I think where the Midlands can win out is, if we really look to put the package together that we need to attract industry. So if we can attract the people into the region, and at the end of the day we have good infrastructure, I mean, the road and rail infrastructure is well improved, access to the airport to Capital City. So, the regions the Midlands are just a fantastic place live. I mean, I very much know that. I think we have got to highlight how good the environment is to live in. I think the fact that our schools and education in the Midlands is very strong as well is very important. And I think we should be promoting that.
And how do we do that, Anne? Because we see the glossy brochures for the IDA.
Together behind it, you know.
How do we more effectively get that message across? And I suppose this brings into the fray your role as an ambassador, and every single one of us here tonight is in some way an ambassador for our own company, our own community, for the wider region. But how best can we promote the many strengths that are around us?
I think it's about thinking about the Midlands brand. Like, what is the Midlands brand? And I have to say, I think this Midlands Chamber is a great initiative, promoting all the towns in the region together, promoting the whole locality. So I think it's about really strongly branding the Midlands and really highlighting every opportunity we get, the huge advantages. And I think also having sort of successful role models, like at Loan. Like, why can't, other towns can, of course, replicate that role model, because if it works there, it should be able to work in other towns in the region. I think the other thing, too, is to understand that, particularly now in this age of technology, as long as our technology infrastructure is really strong, I mean, I think we need to encourage new business, entrepreneurial, new business startups. I think that can have a great impact on the region. It doesn't always have to be 100 or 200 jobs. Sometimes, the 5 and 10, 20 and 30 jobs are just as important, and they're high quality. I suppose I am very in favour of the whole Connect Ireland idea, where individuals in the Midlands can go out, and if they are connected to people in the States or in China or Europe, and encourage them, so that we all become ambassadors, as we say, and we encourage people, we encourage other business leaders to look and see the advantages of the Midlands.
Well, nonetheless, the formal title of Ambassador for the Midlands is accorded to you for 2014. Congratulations, Anne Hegarty, and thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Can I just also extend my sympathy to the family of John Humphrey? That was just particularly devastating for them, I'm sure.
Indeed. Anne Hegarty, thank you.